People treat you so differently after you have money, and you don't realize it until you just actually make money, like real money. And it's not necessarily like people treat you so different when they think that you have money. Because listen, you can always have money, and I had a good amount, but I never let people know it until about a year ago. And everything's just changed, like the way people interact with you, the way people talk to you. You're always feeling at this level of like, yeah, they're just in submission for some reason. And a lot of people tell you, like, oh, yeah, whenever you get your bread up, people will act different. But it feels so undeserved for people to be like so submissive towards you sometimes, and to just think that you have some inherent value over them because you have money. No, I think human value, and this is just my opinion, is based on the value that you give to other people. And just because you have money doesn't mean you're helping anyone else or you're giving anyone else value. If you're doing something that impacts a lot of people's lives, like celebrities, I think celebrities, it makes sense for them to be idolized, in a way, because I mean, if they're an influencer in some sense, their job is to literally influence other people. And even though I'm not one for idolization, I understand it because, yeah, I mean, they are pretty valuable people because they add value to so many people's lives based on their talents. But for me, I'm not like some super famous influencer guy. I mean, yeah, I impact a couple people, but when people just see me, or they meet me and they don't really know about my influence, they just look at maybe like the car I got out of, or the watch I have on. It's instantly like, okay, yeah, this is a person that I have to respect. This is a person that I have to kneel down before because we're just not on the same playing field, and that's just not the case. It's just not the case, and I wish people would stop glorifying people for having money. Because I'll tell you, one thing that I know, because a lot of my friends have really good money, and I'm not rich or anything, but a lot of my friends are, like, actually rich. I will tell you, money's just an amplifier of who you already are. If one guy gets out of a Lamborghini and another guy gets out of a Lamborghini, and one guy's like, a bad person, skinny, small. I don't want to say that makes someone a bad person, but someone's a bad person. The other one comes out of Lambo, they're a good person. They both have the exact same thing, but they're complete different people, and they will have two different levels of respect. Money's just an amplifier of who you already are, and it's just you. The things that you have around you, the assets that you have around you, you have more avenues to be able to express the type of person that you are, and that's why it is an amplification. And so just because someone has money doesn't mean they can't be a loser. There are so many people who have 18 times the amount of money that I have, and to me, they're just always gonna be a big fat loser because they got it from, I don't know, extensive gambling, or they start doing drug dealing, or even if they get their money in legit ways, the way that they spend their time is almost like a troglodyte cave dweller amounting to nothing in society. I think that makes you a loser. In just my opinion, that's gonna make you a loser. If you contribute nothing in your time on this world, you mean to tell me that you have resources to change people's lives or to touch someone in just any way? You get like to entertain, to share an art, and you just sit back and do nothing but just self-consume. You don't even have a family. That that's loser shit to me, no matter how much money you have in your account. And that's just me. But going back to the point of this video, we're talking like the glorification of people who have money. I get it. I was the same way. When I was in high school, when I saw like the rich kids, it's like they have some level of status. Wealth and status are not equivalent. They're not. They're not. And they shouldn't be. And I hate how people now see me as some sort of motivation. I have no I don't want to be a motivation to anyone else. I have a really particular mindset that I feel like only works for me. I don't like the dick riding. The meat riding is insane. And it's just one thing, people will over validate you when they think that you're above them. And that's so self destructive. It leads to total narcissism. And a lot of people take that positive affirmation all the time. They consume it and they let it become something in their personality. And what happens is when people get too much validation in their life, because everyone's like, oh, you're so cool. Everyone's just so attentive when you speak, you think that you naturally are just more important than the average person, and it becomes your personality. Now me, I know the biggest way to fight against narcissistic tendencies is to actively be aware of them and to not put yourself in that situation and understand that it's bad. I've even talked to therapists before because I've even like, hey, like I think I'm a narcissist, and I said that like for the first time to a therapist, and he was like, "Yeah, you're not a narcissist because you even care about being a narcissist. Narcissists aren't aware and they don't care, and most narcissism is bred into insecurity. But I'm happy to know that maybe I have traits from too much affirmation, but I'm not off the deep end yet, and I don't want to be, and I actively fight against it, and I stay grounded in reality. The moment that you lose touch of reality and you think that you are, lo and behold, the greatest human being to ever walk. You can't be challenged. You don't deserve to be challenged. People are beneath you. That's when you get lost. And I mean, I've just never been that person, but it comes. It happens to a lot of people. It's interesting, like this the stigma that comes around having money, that you must be a bad person. Like, why is that a thing? That if you have money, you must be a bad person to the general public. They'll still glorify you, by the way, in your face, but they'll think in the backside, oh, he does something bad. He does something bad. It's crazy how people like to flip flop between that line. But anyway, no, people have that stigma because there are a lot of bad people with money. And there's a lot of bad people who do bad things with money, or they extort someone, or people don't think that they get what they deserve, and they always say you can't be a billionaire without extorting someone, and all this stuff. And to even be so self-obsessive, I think you have to have some narcissistic traits. You have to have that over level of confidence that the narcissist kind of gives you, and it's all just fed into validation within oneself. If you are validating yourself by always accomplishing your goals because you are a brilliant person, you are a very good business person, then yeah, you're going to have that confidence, you're going to have that validation. But then you have the desire to feel important, which is one of the natural human desires. And when the world is giving that to you, oh goodness, I've seen some of my closest friends just turn into just really awful people because of the glazing of them having money. The glaze, what it does to the brain. It's crazy. You give people too much confidence, and you'll be surprised. I don't know. I watch a lot of like girly media almost. Like I love hearing how like women speak for some reason, and I like hearing their like perspective. And so I have like one page on Instagram that's like nothing but like girl memes and stuff. And one of them was like, give a broke ugly guy validation and see how he acts. It's insane. I don't know. That's just one example that I was thinking of. I was like, yeah, you take a that same principle could be applied. You take like some loser, degenerate, give him some validation and see how he acts. See how he acts. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And the only solution to it is being self-aware and just trying to control the like, yeah, listen, I'm just a normal person at the end of the day. I'm a normal person. Yes, I make more money than you. So what? You're probably better at me in a lot of things, maybe even most things. I'm only in this position because I decided to use my 24 hours a day differently than you. Does that make me better? No, not really. I mean, maybe if you get to know me more, maybe you're better than me in a lot of things. But that was just some things I had on my mind, really. I just don't like the glazing, the validation. Me being an influencer now and kind of showing off, hey, yeah, I live in the penthouse, I do this, I do this. I get a lot more now. I hate it. But yeah, that's about it.
All right, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM Shiba and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says you from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm going to click on buy, confirm, and now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.